Hello and welcome to Your Government in Action, a presentation of Bahamas Information Services. I'm Carissa Williamson. Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, the Honorable Philip Davis, KC, presented his opening contribution to the 2023-2024 mid-year budget debate on March 6, 2024. In his statement, Prime Minister Davis noted the government sought a balanced approach concerning the nation's fiscal health.
As this administration nears the halfway mark of its term, our vision for this nation is taking form. We have maintained from day one that what this country needed to experience a turnaround was a competent, compassionate, people-focused government. The Bahamian people needed a government with its values grounded in its belief in Bahamian excellence, because when the times get tough, when hard choices need to be made, when ultimatums are put on the table, Bahamians need to know that they have leaders in office who will put the people first. Since September 2021, that has been our approach. We met an economy in shambles, a government with record levels of debt and historically low revenues, a healthcare system on ropes, a people frustrated with an administration that was not hearing their cries, and an economy crushing regime that unfairly targeted some Bahamians while allowing others to do as they please. On day one, we immediately got to work, reopening the economy, getting our children back in school, getting tourists back on our beaches and in our resorts, and peeling back many of the dictatorial restrictions that weren't just stifling our economy, but they were stifling our very way of life. We accomplished this turnaround while putting in place common sense, data-driven pandemic management strategies that prevented the virus from spreading out of control, but still allowed people to make a living. Madam Speaker, I haven't forgotten those days. Mr. Deputy Speaker, I haven't forgotten those days, nor have the tens of thousands of Bahamians who felt traumatized, victimized, and financially strangled by the previous administration's policies. That kind of collective trauma is not easily forgotten. Fortunately, our recovery strategies were effective in getting the nation out of that dire situation as quickly and safely as possible. With the recovery out of the way, our priorities shifted from getting our nation back on its feet to taking the Bahamas to new heights. Regardless of the resources we put into pandemic recovery, we know that we still had to deliver for the Bahamian people. In fact, given the economic, systemic, and social vulnerabilities exposed throughout that ordeal, it was clear to us and to the Bahamian people that simply returning to the status quo was never an option. Not when our decades-old issues with crime still persisted. Not while we still have such high levels of income inequality. Not when our educational system has struggled to meet the needs of our students and our economy for so many years. A return to things as they were was not enough. Bahamians yearn for more, a brighter, safer, more prosperous future. People want to live in a country that feels like it's working for them, not against them. They want to live in a place where they are assured that if they work hard, make the right decisions, and uphold their end of the bargain, they can lead happy, healthy, and secure lives. As Bahamian citizens, I'd like to believe every member in this House would like to see this vision made real for our nation. Amid the challenges the unforeseen setbacks, and the difficult choices. I'm determined to do all that I can in service of the Bahamian people to lay the foundation for the kind of paradigm shift that can make this vision a reality for people at every level of our society. Mr. Deputy Speaker, the national budget represents the avenue through which the country-defining decisions are made. Within these numbers are the choices that reveal where an administration's priorities are placed. Mouths can say anything, but look at a government's budget and you'll see what is in the heart of its leaders. The number one metric any budget should be measured by is the outcomes it generates. What was the return on investment? How were people's lives and livelihoods secured and improved as a result of these activities? How have the goals of an administration and a nation have been met? I can say with confidence that this mid-year budget brings us closer, step by step, policy by policy, program by program, to that brighter future we all envision.
The government of the Bahamas and the government of the United States of America signed the air transport pre-clearance agreement at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on February 5, 2024. According to the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Honorable Fred Mitchell, the signing, which is a renewal agreement between the countries signed in April 1974, is a demonstration of strong relations between the countries.
It's an achievement for both countries. The 74 agreement eases the flow of persons between the Bahamas and the United States and creates a higher level of security for the two countries. 50 years later, it brings me great pride to sign the renewal of the pre-clearance 74 agreement that my predecessor, he was then called the Minister of External Affairs, Paul Adley, and the then Ambassador to the Bahamas, Ronald Spears, and it was later brought into force. Clevenius, who is no longer with us of blessed memory, told me a story a long time ago. There was a man named Shelton Turner, who used to be the Consul General here at Nassau before independence. And he was stopped by a Bahamian who asked him why his visa had been turned down. And Turner said, well, it's the United States, and we decided that you're not eligible to come in. And he said, I don't want to go to the United States, I only want to go to Miami. Yes. But I'm trying to show how the synergies operate. And it's a good relationship. And South Florida is the destination of most Bahamians. As a matter of fact, Freeport, as you know, they have these day trips, and just before 2 campaigns ago, I was standing up at one of the places which is quite close to the Miami International Airport, and I swear to you I could have set up a campaign station because I was in the door and I kept saying, Mr. Mitchell, good to see you. So, as we sign this agreement, the government and people of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas renew its commitment to further strengthening our relations, security, and ease of access for both countries. And I'm happy to be Paul Adley's successor in particular in doing this. Good man, and he led our country as foreign minister for 10 years or more. And I'm trying to match his record. Lightning does not strike that often. But thank you very much for coming, and I look forward to signing this.
The Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, seeking to develop a more sustainable and resilient agriculture and marine industry in the Bahamas, announced the return of Agri-Expo 2024. Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, in a press conference held on March 11, 2024, provided further details on what farming and fishing experts, entrepreneurs, and artisans can expect at Agri-Expo 2024.
I'm thrilled to announce the launch of Agri-Expo 2024, the first in 5 years. Under the theme, agriculture is Bahamian culture. This event marks yet another milestone in our journey towards transforming our food systems and promoting sustainable agriculture and fisheries in our country. The Agri Expo, which will be held at the Gladstone Road Agricultural Center on April the 12th through 13th, is not just a showcase of the latest agricultural advancements, but it is also a platform for collaboration, innovation, and growth in our agriculture and marine sectors. Through this expo, we aim to connect farmers with markets, promote value-added products, artisans, and foster agribusiness entrepreneurship in the Bahamas. At the expo, you can expect to see what Bahamians can achieve, such as latest practices, local produce from key family islands, ornamental plants, sustainable packaging, handicrafts, local body products, a culinary division with fierce competitions, I promise you that, such as the Battle of the Islands, where representatives from all over the Bahamas will face off to determine whose island recipes are the best. Animal husbandry demonstrations will also be taking place, and of course, educational and information workshops on soil management strategies and backyard farming. Now, there will also be a kiddie corner featuring educational and fun events, spectacular music performances, and mouth-watering Bahamian dishes and drinks. I'm looking forward to some of that gully wash myself. There will be something for everyone to learn and explore. This is a chance for us all to come together as a community, to share experiences and collaborate on building a more resilient and thriving agri-food system in the Bahamas, to meet our regional goal of reducing our food import bill by 25% by the year 2025. We at the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources are seeking to bring the best agriculture and fisheries product to the Agri Expo by bringing together stakeholders from across the sectors throughout our islands. We will make strides towards creating more prosperous and sustainable farmers, consumers, and the environment. This is the right platform for farmers, producers, distributors, retailers, and consumers to come together and discuss challenges, opportunities, and solutions for the future of food production in the Bahamas. It is also a place where patrons can expect to enjoy themselves whilst consuming all the wonderfully local food we produce. We are inviting all to come out and be a part of this farm-tastic event, and that's FARM, farm-tastic event. I am truly excited about the potential impact of this event, and I hope you will join us in shaping the future of agriculture and fisheries in the Bahamas. So, mark your calendars for April 12th and 13th and join us at the Gladstone Road Agriculture Center. Let's continue to make a difference together and create a more sustainable and fruitful food system for many generations to come.
Following a contract signing in December of 2023, officials at the Ministry of Works and Family Island Affairs conducted a site visit and an assessment of progress on the future site of the new Bight International Airport in Cat Island.
Okay, so we have Mr. Emil Knowles, who is from Knowles Construction Development Company, and he has been awarded a contract to reconstruct the runway on this town, at Arthurstown. He's commenced with the base work, and he's well into completion of the base work and is awaiting his aggregates to commence paving.
When we came, the site was very much overgrown. This runway has been out of use for a number of years. We got rid of millions of cedar trees, I must say. We've had some demucking to do, filling, site clearing, sub-base work, base work. We're just about completed the base work. We're now installing 2 giant culverts across and under the runway, 3 foot in diameter, 500 feet in length, that goes from the shoulder one side to a drainage ditch retention pond on the other side, which drains out to the sea. The runway was originally built in a pond, and that was the design, and the design has worked over all of these years. So we're just putting back new what was always there. We intend to begin paving soon. We're waiting on a shipload of materials to land right here in Arthurstown, and the hot mix asphalt plant will be set up in the next 30 days. Yes, we've encountered challenges, mostly with the weather. I've never seen such a rainy season as last September, October, November, December. It's really been problematic, and with the drainage that was clogged, we couldn't get to work on many days. So the estimated completion within 4 weeks after we receive the aggregates, we'll be finished. We will move the material and start paving at the same time.
Well, my job here, I just signed a contract to upgrade to the Arthurstown terminal. So we're going to do, it's going to be a major project, and we're going to get it done in a speedy time, and it's going to be lovely.
Talk about some of the work that you'll be doing.
Well, the terminal just got the plans in. The terminal is going to be renovated. We may demolish this one that is here and put a state-of-the-art terminal in. So we're going to do major major construction, new building, a whole new building is going to be constructed there in another couple of months.
How long has this been down now, you know?
I think about maybe 4 or 5 years, somewhere around there. Yeah. So I'm from Cat Island, born and grew. Leave, went off to school and come back. So I'm here now from 97 to now. Listen, this is a major step, especially for the north end of Cat Island. You know, this is a project that was long overdue, and we appreciate that we're getting it off the ground right now, and this is going to be a good boost for the island, especially on the north end. Well, we're hoping to do it within 8 to 10 months. That's our timeline we're looking at.
More of Your Government in Action when we return. Welcome back. The United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization donated 4 drone kits to the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, seeking to enhance data collection and organization to better serve the agriculture and marine sectors in the Bahamas. The announcement took place at a press conference held at the ministry on March 26, 2024.
Agriculture is an ever-evolving industry, and technology over the last several decades has had a powerful hand in how this sector has grown. We in the Bahamas and the region recognize that technology is an essential ingredient in the growth of agriculture and our economies. With the pace of technological advances today, the Bahamas cannot afford to be left behind, and indeed the Bahamas will not be left behind. We must be able to marry the old with the new to meet the many challenges that we face today. And so, here at the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources, we will continue to pursue goals that will help us to advance our causes for food security. We believe that these drones being donated to us today by the UN FAO will help us to answer some of the big questions and solve some of the challenges we face in growing our own food. As you all have just heard, I'm told that through these drones, a potential farmer can look at new land to develop. He or she, and yes, I did say she, can determine what the land needs before they even put the first shovel in the ground. These drones can assist us in setting the priorities for research and also in how we make the most use of the land that we have. They can also help us to access our marine resources, such as our vast oceans and mangroves that are crucial to our very existence. Other ministries which deal with the environment and forestry will also have access to these drones. And as indicated by Dr. Baldwin, the FAO isn't just dropping off these drones. There will also be training sessions for some of our staff to use these drones for our country's benefit. Now, it was just last week that I led a delegation to Guyana to the 38th FAO Conference for Latin America and the Caribbean. During a week of spectacular sessions, we learned that while we are different and diverse countries, we are still one region striving towards the goal of food security. We believe that food security is true empowerment, and I'm delighted that the FAO heard us when we previously requested assistance with land mapping and is reaching out its hands to us today to assist us with this vital goal. It is indeed necessary that we continue to work together and remain on the cutting edge to solve any issues that may arise from evidence we gather for more research. This will also assist us in conducting an agricultural census and understanding our food production capabilities. We must expand our knowledge and rethink what is possible. At this ministry, we are committed to reducing our food import bill and reducing the cost of living for every Bahamian. And so, we are seizing every opportunity to stay ahead. This will not just be beneficial for us here today, but for Bahamians yet unborn. Through innovations like these drones, we can diversify our local food systems and quite literally feed the future. In conclusion, I sincerely wish to thank Dr. Baldwin, Director of Master Solutions, for the handover on behalf of FAO. Also, Director of Agriculture, Mr. Dion Gibson, and the Director of Marine Resources, Mr. Gregory Bethel, for their diligence, and all members of this ministry who have made today's donation possible. Let us continue to work together to cultivate change, and let's keep growing Bahamas.
Another announcement made at that press conference was the formation of a National Advisory Committee for the Ministry of Agriculture and Marine Resources. The 40-person committee will focus on areas such as reducing the national food import bill, as well as advancing agriculture. Minister of Agriculture and Marine Resources, the Honorable Jomo Campbell, provided further details on the committee.
Agriculture has always been an important plank in the government's agenda. And today, we bring a new dimension to our program. One of the greatest agricultural scientists of the 20th century, George Washington Carver, made the statement that where there is no vision, there is no hope. Today, we will unveil a policy framework that will broaden the involvement of a greater spectrum of individuals in the policy and decision-making aspects of agricultural development. The National Advisory Committee on Agriculture is a cabinet-appointed body. It is possibly the largest number of individuals who have ever been selected. The committee will comprise of approximately 40 individuals, and this committee will be divided into 3 groups. The first group is that of members, the second, island representatives, and the third, technical advisors / assistants. Now, if I'll break them down into groups, the members group represents the core or nucleus of the committee. Each member will head a subcommittee, of which there are 10: youth and agriculture education in public schools, agribusiness development, marketing and trade, livestock, encompassing pork and mutton, crop production, disaster relief, extension and assistant farmers programs, food processing, joint venture projects, sub-regional marine center, poultry, inclusive of broilers and layers, and ornamental horticulture nursery production. Members will chair subsector initiatives. Their groups will be made of individuals from the island representative groups, and they will meet as required by the sub-chair, from whom a report will be submitted to the chairman at the end of a stipulated time frame. Now, the second group of island representatives are individuals who are principally island residents who are engaged in some aspect of food production. Their input would provide a policy perspective on issues affecting the growth and development of on-island agriculture. And this group comprises 16 individuals. The third group, Technical Advisory Assistance Group, represents individuals with technical expertise in the various disciplines of agricultural science. These individuals will act as consultants to the subsector initiatives over which the sub-chairman is responsible. And this group is made up of 10 individuals. The chairman of the National Advisory Committee is the great Dr. Godfrey Anias, who has a wealth of experience in the agriculture sector, not only in the Bahamas, but throughout the region. Ladies and gentlemen, we are breaking new ground with this committee, which has been expanded, become more diverse, and is representative of our agricultural sector. We as a people have to realize that agriculture is more than just a straw hat and a cutlass. It is much more. We need farm crops and animals that resist disease, tolerate heat, plants that nourish soils, as well as people and livestock. We need landscapes that conserve wild and natural resources, as well as produce food. We need land use policies that are equitable as well as judicious. We need empowered women and young people everywhere to power national development. We need to find ways for food producers on all of our islands to adapt to climate change. We need to support our farming community with technologies like satellites and drones, the ones previously donated today, AI tools, and other digital platforms. This new day agriculture, this is new day agriculture, and we are looking forward to all the fruits that it will bear.
I'm Carissa Williamson, and this has been Your Government in Action, a proud presentation of Bahamas Information Services. Join us on Tuesday evenings where we bring you highlights, coverage, and information as we continue to do what we do best, linking people and government.